Good morning. Almost midday here in the Netherlands. This is Karin with highly sensitive parents, psychologist, life coach, and energy worker. And today I'm going to talk to you guys about boundaries and speaking your truth as a highly sensitive person. And I actually had like this undertitle in my head, like speaking your truth and not being an asshole while you're doing it, because that's just so important. And boundaries. Why is it so necessary for us as highly sensitive people to set up our boundaries and speak our truth? Well, I think it's actually very important for everyone. I mean, come on, when we're talking about boundaries, I think everybody should have them in place. And of course, we should all be speaking our truth. We should all be being our most authentic self. But when you're highly sensitive, you're pretty much in touch with your own feelings and needs, but you're also very much in touch with other people's needs, and like all the time. So especially with their family or close friends, you're very much aware of the things that they need, and you're always being very conscious of that, and you want to help out, and you want to do everything for them and make them happy. But what we usually forget, or maybe don't even know, is that while we are very much aware of other people's needs, they're usually not very much aware of our needs. And that can be very painful when you go around all the time pleasing everyone, and then you're like, why aren't they doing the same for me? Why is it so difficult for people to see that I need that, or I want that, or something like that? And well, sometimes we just have to let them off the hook by just realizing that they just are not that much in tune with the things that we need. And that if they knew what you wanted and what you needed, that they then would do it for you. So that is why it is so important for us to speak our truth. Speak your truth. What do you need? So just for example, this is just so stupid and so silly. This happened to me like this Wednesday. And I know this and still doing it because it was my daughter's birthday last Wednesday, and we had already her children's birthday party on Monday, and I was already very tired. And then on Wednesday I decided, well, I want to also to make a nice meal for the family. And because there's something I really wanted to do. I love a lot of different healthy salads, so I was cooking it all up and doing the groceries. And my brother's birthday is also on Wednesday, so I went to see him as well. Then I prepared a meal, and by the time our family arrived, I was already pretty tired. And everybody went and sat around our kitchen table, and what happened was that I didn't have a place to sit because everybody was sitting around the table. And instead of like, can we just move to somewhere else where I could also sit, I didn't. I stood there for like 4 hours. I ate standing, and just so stupid that I didn't just say, my legs hurt, I'm really tired, can we please sit somewhere else where I can also sit? And nobody offered their seats. Nobody, do you want to sit? They just didn't. And maybe I was waiting for that. I don't know, but I didn't do it. And so by the end of the evening, I was just so freaking tired that when I sat down, my legs started to shake. And I went took a bath with the Dead Sea salts, and I went to bed early. And the next day I was like, oh my God, there you were, waiting for somebody else to give you what you needed instead of asking for it. So that's just one small example about speaking your truth. put boundaries. They're essential for us. It's just not about, it's not about space, but it's just about really asking people what you need and not being very compliant about the things that you don't need in your life. So it's usually when we are when somebody asks us something, and instead of saying no, I don't want to, we go ahead and we start to explain a lot of things and things like that. We go into explaining mode when it's not necessary. No, it's okay. No, it's perfectly fine. But what happens then is I've seen this happen in friends, a few friends of mine. They go into the mode of, and this is why my undertitle was speaking your truth and not being an asshole at the same time. I have a few friends who have gone into self-development, and everywhere they go, people are telling me you have to speak your truth and you have to be yourself, and people have to accept you the way you are. And what happens? They just kind of like get out of control with it. They go around just speaking the truth all the time. But I'm talking about really your needs and what you want in life, not about your opinion about everything. So if you don't like what I'm wearing, tough for you. I don't care what. You shouldn't be telling me that that you don't like what I'm wearing. That's maybe your truth about your taste in clothes, but it has nothing to do with me. And it has actually nothing to do with you either. This is my choice. So speaking your truth is vital, but you have to learn to communicate when you're speaking your truth. And if you start speaking your truth from, okay, I have to say everything and my opinion is valid everywhere at any time, and I don't care if I'm hurting people, then that's not what I'm talking about. When you're speaking your truth from your heart, from the things you need, it should come from your point of view, from something that that's really coming from your heart, from the I form. So I'm talking about nonviolent communication. I need this because that. I need to go to bed early because otherwise I'm too tired in the morning. So no, I do not take appointments in the evening. These are boundaries from the inside out, and not from just thinking that you just go out there and not give a crap about other people's feelings or things like that. Of course, you're entitled to your own opinion, but if it's hurtful, keep it to yourself. Like one example actually about just how to set a boundary from the inside out. For me, it's very important to, like I said, I don't take appointments in the evening, because if I do, then I won't sleep well because my brain is overwhelmed. And if my brain is overwhelmed, I'm not going to sleep, and the next day I'm going to be even more tired, and it will just get into more overwhelm and more tired, etc. So when clients ask me if I take clients in the evening or if I can set an appointment in the evening, I just say, no, I can't. Another example, so from my daily life, is my daughter. I have a 16-year-old daughter, and I also have two younger children. They're 6 and 7. And when I get those two to bed, I'm tired. It's the end of the day, and it's time for me for some self-care and to unwind so that I can fall asleep easily. What happens is that my 16-year-old then decides, okay, it's 8 o'clock and 8:30. Oh, then I'm gonna come join mommy, and we can just have some mother-daughter time and talk. But by that time, I'm so tired that I just can't take it. So what I do is, so it kind of like exploded at a certain moment. She was, she started saying, like, you don't like to be with me, and you're not very social, and there you go, you're going to bed. As soon as I join you, there you go, you're going to bed. And I started crying because she didn't realize that it was just very difficult for me to be social in the evenings because I was just too tired for it. I needed my me time, and that it was nothing to do with love and it was nothing to do that I didn't want to spend time with her, but we had to find a way to do it on a time that would fit me better and would make me be more present for her. So now we're very, she finally gets that when, I was crying, so she was really shocked and really, she's like, I didn't want to hurt you and things like that. But it's just so important for us to communicate things, because if I was going to bed every time, and she just didn't realize that I was just so tired that I just couldn't do it. So now we just go on daytime dates, or we're going to the movies tonight, but we're going to the 7:00 movie and not to the 9:30 movie. So that's that works better. And those boundaries are essential for me to function well, and for me to have also a good relationship with my daughter, because she, I want that. It just wasn't working in that way. So that's another example on setting boundaries for yourself. Like why do we have to communicate it? Because other people are not. They can't look in your head. People can't look in your head. They don't know what you need at every given moment. They're just seeing what's being presented to them. And if they don't get it, they're going to go, and knock those boundaries off for you. And people get hurt because of that. People get hurt because of that. A good definition of boundaries. The best one I've seen until now is Renee Browns' definition of boundaries, and which I wrote down. And for Renee says boundaries are just what is okay and what is not okay in the way people treat us. That's it. What is okay and what is not okay in the way people treat us. And that's just it, What do you want from people, and what do people want from you? We have to really learn to communicate that. And I printed this out because when she also goes and say, when we combine the courage to make clear what works for us and what doesn't, with the compassion to assume people are doing their best, our lives change. Yes, there will be people who violate our boundaries, and this will require that we continue to hold those people accountable. But when we're living in our integrity, we're strengthened by the self-respect that comes from the honoring of our boundaries, rather than being flattened by disappointment and resentment. And that's the thing. We're usually, when our boundaries are not clear, we are usually just, so disappointed all the time. I didn't get the flowers I wanted, or nobody celebrated my birthday, or nobody gave me that seat when I was just tired. And that's what we're talking about here. If you're not clear about what you need and what you want from life, you are not gonna get it. And stating boundaries is just one of those things that you really need to have in place for you to get the things you want and the things you need from other people as well, and to go to self-respect as well, because you stating clear boundaries for yourself and for others just require you to really love yourself enough and have enough self-respect to say, I'm not going to accept this, or this is not okay for me. I'm not going to be treated this way. This is what I need for me to function. So this is what I'm going to do for me to function. And things change. Your life changes when you're clear enough about what you're saying to yourself and to others about what you need. I also found this Dr. Seuss quote, be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Again, with the subtitle, but don't be an asshole when you're doing it. State your needs from your heart, from that point of view of I need this because no is a full sentence. No. You want to do this? No. That's good. That's okay. If you feel that you need to explain it from your heart. No, that doesn't work for me because it's just too overwhelming. No, that's too late for me, and then I'm not going to sleep well. No, a child's party with 50 other kids, it's too much for me and my child. We're not going to be able to make it. Can we come over maybe at another time when it's a little bit quieter and we can have some one-on-one contact? Things like that. People appreciate it when they know how to make you happy. And that's it too, you know. We want to make people happy, but they also want to make us happy too. But if they don't know how to, it's not going to happen. They're going to be guessing and you're going to be disappointed all the time. And they're going to be disappointed because you're disappointed. So you get into like this whole circle where you're not getting out of it. And it's just because we're not being honest with ourselves and we're not being honest with others. So, boundaries and speaking your truth. I hope that it was helpful. My biggest example in setting boundaries has been my schizophrenic brother. And he's like my guru, and I have no gurus at all. I hold nobody on that pedestal. But my brother has taught me so much about life, about mental health, about the norms of society that we have decided that those are normal, and about setting boundaries that I'm always like in awe when we're like, so do you want to come for Christmas? And he's like, no, I don't. And like, oh my God, he's my hero. He just says, no, I don't. It just doesn't work for him. So he's always very truthful about not doing things that are not helping him. And a lot of us, you know, because he has a mental problems, we accept that from him. And we kind of try to convince other people that are not mentally ill to conform to society the whole time. But why? Why do we do that? So I don't know. So yeah, just see yourself like, okay, I these are my mental needs, and speak your truth. State your needs. That's all you need to do. I hope it was helpful, and I was a little bit all over the place. I realized, but okay, that's me at this moment right now. I'm a little bit tired. It's been a very busy week with all the birthday parties, so my brain is also in overwhelm, and I will be doing a lot of alone time and self-care the next couple of weeks to restore my mind and my body by stating my truth and stating what I need. If you guys want to reach out, if there's anything you need to know, if there are questions that arise from this small talk, please don't hesitate to comment and let me know. I'm always here to help and to reach out, and please reach out. I really enjoy all your comments and your insights as well. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a great weekend.